Good. Let's mute my own audio so I don't piss people off. All right, guys, I'm just giving us a 5-minute timing, and then we are going to start with what is supposed to be a wonderful series tonight. First of all, we got Minimoult versus Tabben. After that, we got... God damn it, help me out for a second, Nicius.
1 second. I was doing the comments and stuff, the edited. So, what's up?
So, first matchup is Minimoult versus Tabben. The second one was...
All right, let me look it up. I'm really, really horrible at remembering.
As you can see, we are super goddamn prepared.
It's Conquerors against I'm Turk.
Ah, right. Conqueror versus I'm Turk. That's the second one. And then, hopefully, we can finish the whole thing with Frontline versus Steppenwolf. So, guys, if that is not a lineup that I don't know what is.
Yeah. It's going to be a long casting night.
Oh, yeah. We are going to get busy. So, Minimoult already said that they are in the lobby, so they should be about to start any second now. And we're just going to wait for the 5-minute countdown to trickle down and for you guys to slowly trickle into the session so we have all of you together and can start this, well, wonderful casting night. I can't name it anything else.
Beautiful lineup there.
Yeah.
Like years ago, we were begging for that many great matchups, and now we are getting it back to back.
Yeah.
Like 3 days in a row.
Yeah, yeah.
Incredible.
The name Daniel, can we make sure that a caster who is streaming has a good PC? I'm going to do my best, I suppose. I don't think I've ever had issues, but then again, never say never, right? So, I'm glad to see you guys in chat already, by the way. So
Kevin already cheering up for Tabben.
Yeah, perfect. All right.
The favorite.
So
I will be rooting for Minimoult, actually.
You're rooting for Minimoult, or who?
Yeah.
All right. They are starting right now, it looks like. Let's just quickly tap into the game and see if we can find them already. Probably we're going to have some delay in there. Just to make sure nothing, no fancy business happens here. Daniel is quite confident, saying Minimoult easily 5-0s here, and we tie up with CMC. Oh, we'll see about that. I mean,
we saw what happened to Angus against a study table. Everyone was rooting for Angus, easy win, and then at the end was really close.
Yeah, what was the result of that one actually?
I think it was 3-2 for a study table, I believe.
Ah, yeah. And I'm just seeing that I have to change the stream title. I'm sorry, guys. That's my fault. Just give me a second. It's a bit spontaneous now because we changed up main casters just out of schedule issues, and I suddenly got time for the entire night, so now it's on me.
That's suddenly big news for us.
Yeah, I just... Oh, there we go. Ah, there we go. So, quickly update the stream manager. And just as a reminder, as I promised you, in the meantime, I learned how to actually not just change the stream title, but also start a raid. So for the next time, you'll be going to be well set if you still want to watch Age of Empires after 15 games in total. Because don't forget, that's not a best of 5 here. That's a
round of 5.
Yeah, a round of 5. So that's 5 games played all the time.
So it's 15 games that we're going to cast. 15.
Yeah, I now that you say it out loud, I'm getting a bit skeptical about whether or not that was a good idea, actually, but we'll see.
maybe there are fast games. Let's hope for it.
So, All right.
Who else gonna be playing? Steppenwolf and
Steppenwolf,
Frontline.
yeah, versus Frontline, and the mid of it, of course, I'm Turk versus Conqueror.
Yeah, like Frontline is scheduled at 22 GMT, and before that is I'm Turk against Conqueror.
That's CMC versus BIGS still, so I'm not going to delete that part of the name. So, the matchup right now is, sorry, just to clear this up.
Let Nicius play. No. That's not how it's supposed to work.
All
How
right.
about you play?
Me? Dude, I'm
No, Madonna. I'm speaking to Madonna.
Oh,
He's
okay,
like
yeah.
saying that I need to play, and like, no.
By the way, the game is up actually, so we've got Carillion games. And before we start with the game itself, I'm just going to quickly show you the Civ picks. So let's get casted. Oh, and also maybe change the.
Oh wait,
can you do that?
we have like two cast commands,
Yeah.
caster and casters.
Yeah, if you could just change the casters thing, that would be really
Yeah, I do.
great. Oh, and it's all right. I was confused because actually Minimoult just he just told me, oh yeah, we are starting Dutch, and I thought, okay, but what's the second Civ? And the point is there is no second Civ, so we're going to see a Dutch mirror at the start of this, actually on a map that has TPs, which is a bit weird for me. But let's see how this plays out. So we've got the Dutch here and the Dutch here. So if you guys are ready, Nicius, we are, right?
I am. If you could screen share on Discord as well, so we don't have the weird delay.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry, I'm always some guys prefer it the other way. Some guys want to try at least, but I absolutely get it because usually the one that casts is always behind, right? Does it work for you?
Yeah, it's fine.
Screen?
Perfect.
All right, then let's quickly put you guys into transition while I prepare the overlay, of course. All right. And if you are ready, I am as well.
I am ready whenever you are.
Perfect. Then let's get this started. 1, 2, 3, and off we go. All right. So on the left side, we've got Minimoult in the blue, and on the right side, Tabben, and both playing the Dutch. I mean, Dutch mirrors is something that we haven't seen in a long time, I would say.
Yeah, because they've been falling out of favor lately with all their bloody nerfs, especially with the mining nerf lately, -5%.
I fully agree, yeah.
And it's an interesting map to pick Dutch on, where you have plenty of TPs, plenty of hunts and mines.
That is
interesting.
Yeah, that is what I was thinking too, because usually where you see Dutch is maps where you just have either not too many resources right close, or where you generally don't have TPs, because usually Dutch is in a bit of a dire spot if it plays against temporary civilizations. So saves that hit really hard in H2 or H3. But here, let's see how this plays out. I mean, one thing about Carillion Lakes is that the hunts are pretty far away from your base. So there is a lot of herding involved, and of course you are at risk of raids a lot of the time.
That's certainly true. And what natives do we have? Maybe like the natives are something that Dutch is interested in.
Yeah, we'll certainly look it up in a second. I'm just swapping out the team names in the title, because you could just point it out. Yeah, there we go. You could just point it out that it's the wrong way around, and that's of course completely true. So back to the natives. We actually got House of Vaza, one of the favorite ones, I'd say, of the new natives.
Oh, yes, it's really useful.
Yeah, especially
along the big button.
Yeah, And also in this kind of mirror, it should be quite fun because we have a technology here. If I'm not mistaken. No, I think that was actually Oldenburg that I'm thinking about. The one that gives your skirms extra damage against other skirms, which sounds
Yeah, with the
weird.
Royal Hunters, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it gives both. It gives an extra bonus to Royal Hunters, but also to generally all of your skirms, I think a 10% bonus.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
like that. So, quickly check their decks. One thing that I'm curious for is if we see Bosniaks or not. But yeah, look at that deck from Minimoult there. It's pretty H4 heavy in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Pretty H4 heavy. But no Bosniaks.
Oh, and on the other side, we've got Tabben.
How we do?
Looks a lot more like a classic version of a Dutch deck, in my opinion. Looks also quite much like the one we just saw from Kevin versus Julian K, if you saw that cast, guys. And yeah, just to point it out, Horsefeed is just writing Dutch Mare, yeah? And that was exactly what I got from Minimoult. I was completely confused. What the hell does Mare mean? And then at the point, I got it.
I would also be confused.
Thank you. So I'm not feeling bad.
It's like, what? What is a mare?
Yeah. It's also, for German people, extra confusing, but let's not go too deep into that one.
Yeah.
How are we looking age-up wise? So, of course, Quartermaster for Minimoult is through, and Tabben is a bit ahead, actually, looks like. Just a few seconds, but again, it's a mirror, so that can always be
Yeah, those tiny nuances matter a lot in the mirror.
Yeah. Yeah, that is an interesting point there. All right, first bank going up for Tabben on the right. Is Minimoult? Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
this basically is a mirror, right? At this kind of level, we see a lot of standard. Let's see how this plays out in H2, though. Because I'm interested if we see early aggression for anybody or just if they're just going to go for H3. But both their decks don't really look like any H2 aggression being involved here or being played.
Yeah, I'm curious if we see any of the natives play, even if it's just for the top technology or the big budget or technology on the right side, where it just gives passively a free gather boost.
Yeah.
Especially useful for your banks.
I mean, I got to be honest with you. Tabben seems very adamant to actually have the House of Vasa thing, right?
Yeah, he's like constantly patrolling between those two.
Yeah, and he's already getting more than one. Yeah.
Oh, let's go.
Let's goddamn go. I love it. I love it already. Because that is, I mean, of course, a really tight, beautiful mirror, played well and all that. You know, these really tight fights are interesting as well. But I do love when, especially in a situation like this, where you are supposed to play the exact same way as your opponent, you just go off the rails and do something completely different.
Do we select a super greed like 4 bank, 5 bank?
I mean, both players are basically already building their second bank. I mean, of course, Tabben is a bit slower.
The age-up bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, and there's 700 wood in on that side, and yeah, both players going for 700 wood. What a surprise! I mean,
surprise, surprise! It's a mirror after all.
Yeah, and I think Tabben is just actively trying to keep Mini. Yeah, Mini. I date my double cousin, by the way. Just pointing that piece of culture out there. The name of his explorer. And Tabben going for the bank wagon next, whilst Minimoult is going for 600 wood.
Interesting.
Definitely interesting. Also a market from Tabben on the other side, and the stable.
I think stable is the way to go in a Dutch mirror, just to delay. Yeah, as we are speaking.
And yeah,
that's delay the opponent. And you don't have access to musketeers.
Yeah.
Or we are getting the torps. Let's go.
Oh, I love it. Especially, think of it. Especially for Dutch, who are usually quite housed in a lot of situations if they are forced to stay long in H2 because they don't really like to go for wood. And there you go, torp there, another one going out forward. Love it.
Yeah, that's another 40 housing pops relation, so he doesn't need to care about.
Yeah, H2 looks secured. And of course, Minimoult also wanted to go for that play, but it seems like he was just delayed by Tabben's excellent positioning of his envoy. I love it.
Yeah, he's only like 2-3 seconds later for the torps there.
Yeah, and there we also see, oh, by the way, Minimoult on 20 population. He didn't invest in a single house after the age up. He just went all in. That's for only 2 banks though still, and a 3rd bank from Tabben already.
He shipped the bank, didn't he? And
yeah, Mini is also sitting on quite a lot of resources right now.
Maybe.
Yeah. I mean, the Torps are settling down nicely. Torp wagon coming in now.
Top wagon, anyway, bank wagon.
Yeah, sorry. I'm really so confused by the Torps themselves. That they are here for non-Swedish civs, right? That I messed that one up properly. All right, 4 Cav coming in. And I feel like in this mirror situation, it's always quite important. You do not get caught out in the enemy space, because usually you're not getting more Cav out than the enemy if you're faster. And we already see 5 Cav popping right now for Mini, and this could be the first.
Oh, yeah, and maybe you can snare from the Explorer.
Look at that!
Huge.
Oh, that's.
But now reinforcing has are also coming. So
yeah, I just thought, why the hell is Tabben diving in there like a madman?
that's interesting. I'm not sure myself.
Yeah, but
Maybe
now,
he scouted that the stable was going down very late.
yeah, I really like it, because now again he has about what 20 seconds left to get this fight in his good races. But of course, militiamen coming out, and now Tabben's not that confident anymore here.
And this is also another 300 res investment, more or less wasted after a minute.
Yeah. Oh, and 2 more Cav coming in, and the fight is in full. Yeah, they don't. Yeah, both players dancing back and forth.
Minutes, man.
Yeah, you love to see it. That's just this. Nobody wants to really engage, because everybody's just waiting for the one extra reinforcing batch to F him over. And yeah, looks like Minimoult actually going towards his own trading post. I don't know if he wants to secure it or just, you know, linger around over there. And also, can you tell me why the hell Mini is not doing anything about the envoy in his base? I mean, it's just free intel.
Yeah, maybe those Minutemen gonna take care of him.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Get out of here.
That's well played. And now H3 is coming in.
Oh, Exile Prince and the bank wagon. The church card. Also inbound.
Interesting. Why would you send that? Especially because it costs you. And he's still aging fast, so he won't have a shipment ready in H3. So he...
Maybe he's planning to go H4 fast.
What are the Dutch cards again that you get with
you get
cards?
20 or 30 Royal Guard Musketeers.
30.
And an H4.
Oh, and the Stratios, right?
And then Stratios, yes.
Yeah.
I think 8 of them for 1,000 coin.
This might be interesting. Maybe he's going for that one. But, I mean, on the other side, Tabben just sent it in. Does he have a bank? Yeah, over here he has. He's actually going for coffee trade. Okay. So greedy as can be, it looks like.
He's also gathering wood for this. So he's not using 1,000 wood shipment to get another bank, but rather chopping wood in order to get the next banks going.
Yeah. And now we've got already 5 banks out from Tabben. On the other side, Minimoult sitting on 4. A church coming out from him now too. What are we seeing here? I mean, good. Extra XP is always fine for 150 wood, of course, but... But 8 strats... Oh, second barracks. All right, so they are going to go into full production now. We see veteran Reuters coming out, shipment as well, and the first Skirm batch is being completed.
And what are we gonna see for the tax?
And it's 5, guys. Calm down. You're absolutely right.
It hasn't sent it actually. So he's just using the church as an XP building
for now.
Yeah.
And I think he has the Order of Ars already. I'm really curious to see.
It's stackingly.
Yeah.
It can stack.
True. Madonna coffee trade decreases the speed of your infantry by, I think, 10% or something.
By all units actually, not only infantry.
All units. Okay, you taught me something today, Nicius.
As you see in the Hussars, 6.07 speed.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. And it also increases bank limit by 2. So you're kind of you're more immobilized, but you get a better eco out of it. That's the idea. And thanks for pointing that out.
As Arsenal, you at least have your infantry going at the same base speed again.
Yeah.
With the military drummers.
But we don't have that in deck.
Oh, actually, right.
None of
them. So
he's
like... So essentially, Tabben can pick a fight whenever vice versa. Minimoult can pick a fight whenever he wants. That's the movement speed.
Yeah, that's a bit dangerous here. And look at that. I mean, there's a Cav-heavy composition. Cav not upgraded yet for Minimoult. I don't know if he has enough anti-Cav, but damage done by the Huss is also not going to be enough to shred all the Reuters. So I think this should be easily favored for Minimoult here. Shouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But actually, it's
No,
yeah,
it's
it's
look like
huge for Minimoult.
yeah.
Huge cleanup.
Yeah, and that's just the last few units are just going to be sniped out here, and I mean that's what you get when you don't go for the basic composition here. I feel like 2 Rex into that skirm production also helped a lot.
I mean, Hussars are buffed now that the skirmishers don't do as much damage against them.
Yeah, of course.
But there were like just too many Reuters there to snipe out the Hussars.
And it looks like that Tabben is still committing to that. He's now building 2 full batches of Reuters and just going more vet Haas in front of that. So maybe he wants to try and get some, you know, meet that momentum where there's not a lot of anti-cav on the field right now. And actually, Minimoult is probably a bit short on anti-cav right now. Oh, yeah, he's aging to the 4th age.
He's aging.
That's why.
He's just aging himself. Perfect time to age, actually.
Yeah.
Like, he cleaned up the entire army, forcing him to invest more in H3, not in order to fall back in the military force.
And now let's see if... Oh, now the guys are out. The War Gale is, by the way. It's 5, so now we got the confirmation on that one.
That's gonna be a complete wipe.
Yeah, if he catches up to him. Now the speed comes into factor again, right?
Yeah, it's interesting that he chooses to pick cavalry when he has the 10% speed deficit.
Yeah, it just feels like it's still enough to catch out the skirm mass here from Minimoult, of course. And now he has enough Reuters to actually defend his cav from the other Reuters. And the Reuters have they're just pulling back and the skirms all get deleted here. What is this?
And he doesn't have to fight. He's aging. So
that was just...
And he has 2 shipments to send.
Yeah. And now actually the church card is coming in as well.
Now the church is coming in. Yeah, that's right.
Cav Combat, by the way, also coming in for Tabben here. And just take a quick look at Minimoult before he ages up. What are we aging up with? With a Tycoon. That's 1,000 coin, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so, yeah. That makes sense in order to get all those church tags going.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, guys, even though I'm not that steadfast on my Dutch knowledge, but I haven't played that civ in a long, long time. So I'm... And also Euro civs in general. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 1,000 coin is out. And now, of course, Tabben knows that he has to do something, because otherwise, well, his enemy's in age 4, and he isn't. And he's also not trying to get there. He's just producing and producing and producing more units.
I think it's the right choice here.
Yeah.
He has to stick to age 3 and put the pressure on and pick the shipments off one by one.
Absolutely. Just to make sure that his enemy just can't mask properly. 4 banks by Minimoult, by the way. I'm just taking a quick look at that, and also at Tabben.
He has 6, right?
He has 7, actually.
7?
So
Wow.
almost double the bank numbers here. So economy should be flying, more or less, for Tabben in this situation. But look at that. Blue guards coming out for Minimoult. Those guys, if they pop correctly into the Reuters...
melee.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
That won't be good. Yeah, and now the Reuters coming back to back with that. I mean, that must be a complete clear, and probably even the GG. I mean, look at that.
Oh,
that is just...
Now he has enough XP for another shipment.
Yeah.
So
Let's just get going. Oh, God. Look at the score, too. I mean, almost double the bank numbers, but that was just an absolute slaughter. And the Reuters can't even run away now, if you look at that.
Yeah, because of the slower speed. Hate to see it.
Oh, this is one of those Dios Mult situations, it looks like. God damn it, just getting slaughtered out there. And now more skirms coming in to deal with the surviving Reuters. Not a lot of them there, but, well, also not a lot of skirms, to be fair.
No, like 4 skirms is not a threat.
Yeah, and Tabben, I don't know what he's going to do at this position, really. He is trying to reinforce, or maybe to try to pull trick this whole situation, but... Interestingly, because of the Cav combat, he's actually trading well with the other
trying to
Reuters.
age, actually.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he needs to kind of. Minimoult, by the way, using his probably double-stacked order. No, I think there was just a single stack, but this also affects banks. Only 10% though, so nothing too crazy, but villas and banks gather faster. Villages by 25%.
Yeah, but still, they don't get idled.
Yeah.
So they are constant.
Yeah, that is true. So no running back and forth, no switching to other mines and so on and so forth. And now, of course, the blue tide is coming over to Tabben's lands. Let's see if he can defend that. Interesting
You're definitely
idea.
gonna say bye-bye to a few banks.
Yeah, certainly. I don't think those are going to stay up for much longer. I mean, good for both players that they have their extra houses out, their Swedish companion houses. Because that just makes the enemy unable to kind of house them very easily. Oh, look at that. Blue guards taking no prisoners there. 1, 2, 3. Split firing on villagers. Is that a crime? I don't know. Well, it's beautiful.
It is.
Oh, by the way, true point. Molt also being more or less a victim of a Reuter raid, but the Reuters find a lot of skirms, so I don't know how successful that was.
I know he's getting idle, like his entire economy is in this one TC.
Yeah. And
What is he aging up with?
must
was a
be
tycoon?
the King's Musketeer.
Musketeer.
That is how many? Yeah, we will see in a second.
Shouldn't be many, I think 8, 9.
No, I'm thinking double numbers 12, but we'll see in a second. All right, never mind. 8 skirms.
It was 8 skirms. What a disappointment.
Yeah, absolutely disappointed. Yeah, but look at that. I mean, that's just from all sides.
Oh, God.
But look at the score
It looks
difference,
beautiful,
though. Look at the score, though. I mean, nobody would debate whether or not Minimoult is ahead in army numbers, but apparently Tabben's eco something is still so good that a point at least keep up, if not the military. Let's see if he can micro himself out of this situation, then.
Maybe the blue guard is giving a slight score increase, because maybe it's giving him some technologies.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, and now the 2 heavies are out, and oh, more Reuters. Yeah, that's a problem. Reuters don't like heavy cannons, not much.
They don't. But
Now-
they're sitting idle there. You need to get them on the skirms, mate. One is packed, one is unpacked.
Yeah,
I imagine we could have gotten 2 volleys off.
yeah, certainly. Much more value was possible there. But again, he has Minimoult retreat. And the fun thing here is Minimoult is heavily favored right now military-wise. But I don't think he has... Let's take a look at his units. Nope, he has not researched anything.
But he's researching one guard tech.
Guard skirms, of
skirmishes.
course. Yeah, those guys are going to be strong in a second.
And he also has both factories. So
Yeah.
his economy is now going to be better.
Yeah, and a similar...
Bosniak's incoming. Interesting
Oh.
choice.
Absolutely interesting choice. I mean, he doesn't have anything that punches hard in H4. That is the problem. And as Similar just pointed out in chat, even if Tabben is better economy-wise, Minimoult has a stacked H4 deck, so he's prepared to fight the fight in H4.
Yeah. So he's going to get more value out of his cards,
Certainly.
but the economy isn't mattering as much, because it's still giving him more resources.
Yeah. And let's see now, heavy cannon versus heavy cannon. Bosniaks on just what looks like a really small mass of Reuters, actually, if you think about it. And those heavy cannons going down for almost for free, and this makes the fight interesting again.
Yeah. But he doesn't have any cav left, though. But
I
those
don't
2
know
heavy
if-
cannons are still alive.
Yeah. It's interesting that he fights this with just veteran Reuters basically on the field. But the heavy cannons just do so much work for him in this situation. He's actually, it looks like he's actually still winning the fight.
Yeah. Heavy cannons carrying him through.
So let's see what Mini's up to. He's got his second bank out. So that is also a good thing for him because now he's catching up with eco numbers. Second bank is out on wood. On the other side, Tabben, only 1 bank. No, not even a single bank going, but sending in mercantilism to take care of that.
I mean
assume.
factory.
Factory, yeah. I'm saying banks, right?
Yeah, you're saying banks.
Stupid boy. But yeah, he's a lot more than 2 banks out. Only 4, though. Still not, even not fully banked, if that makes any sense, from Minimoult. And, oh, look at that. A lucky snipe, it looks
Rip
like.
heavy cannons.
Yeah. I mean, I think one is going to survive, but even the skirms could take care of it. No, it's not even
No,
going to survive.
no, not even that.
Oh, and this just feels bad now, if you look at it. But, I mean, I have to salute Tabben in this situation. Still not giving up after losing all that stuff and more or less being in a worse situation when it comes to deck choice here. I think he's still believing in his power of... How many banks is that now?
7 still?
7 still, yeah.
And those 2 factories are coming in handy. And maybe possibly even getting some heavy cannons in production.
Yeah.
to counter the entire mass of infantry, musketeers, and skirmishers alike.
Yeah. He's very heavily focused on his cav numbers here, so he might just go for Reuter's heavy cannons there. Only Reuter heavy cannon, looks like. Yeah, he's even researching the upgrade
Yeah.
for production speed on cannons. So that looks very telling to me. Oh, and he's picking up the blue guards. Beautiful work there. Yeah, maybe not so beautiful if... Yeah, no, looks like that was okay. But, I mean, if you look at the map, just the map, and we're going to see another slaughter in a second here, it's just all blue, all over the map. It looks like Minimoult has taken over the entire map control. Not that Dutch needs it that direly, but still, he can still hunt. Yeah.
Rip those merchants.
Rip those villages.
Just trying to buy some stuff.
Yeah, just 3 quiet seconds to, well, remember their souls and so on. But still only veteran Reuters, by the way. I mean, okay, yeah, there we see Tabben.
Oh, he's researching the guard.
Yeah. By mistake, he clicked guard Huss, but he then quickly fixed that one. That would have been a problem.
Good that he realized it.
Yeah.
How's the villager looking?
Villager graph, Tabben 26 to 40, so, well,
Oh.
quite telling. On the other side, we have got a Dutch player with both banks and food now. I don't know if that is, well, advantageous for him.
I mean, I'm not sure. Yes, I think he could hurt in the middle. Like his entire army is there.
Yeah, certainly. But now I think the one thing we pointed out at the beginning comes into play. Herds are far away from town centers and very, very vulnerable to attacks and raids. And I mean, there are war gelders out from Minimoult now, so they are going to be attacks on villages again and again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the next fight is happening, and I don't think even... I mean, they are H4, they got their royal upgrades, and he's just making sure that his KF kills the calves, but I don't think that this heavy cannon is going to live another day. Yeah, it's
No.
not.
They don't.
Yeah.
They live a short life.
And now we've got one heavy cannon against all of this here. I don't know. I mean, it's been looking bad for Tabben for all this time, for a long time now, but... Well... Yeah. FU in particular, my friend.
Yeah. Getting yeeted across the map.
Absolutely. Infantry combat coming in now, and that card should more or less be the last nail in the coffin of Tabben here. Score also looking pretty bad now for him.
Yeah, but he keeps donating stuff to the heavy cannon.
Absolutely.
That's appreciated.
But I mean, the guard skirms also, you really... Oh yeah, I just want to say really feel that, because it's not like 4 of them are falling at the same time, but we just... Yeah.
Yeah. How about 5 of them?
But I don't think Mini he doesn't care. He's just gonna, yeah, take it down shot by shot. And I think there's not a lot left. Yeah, there's nothing left basically at this point. Let's take a quick look at Tabben. He's got 1 more cannon. He's now coming up with a 4. So really looking forward to seeing how that pays out.
Now for dedication can save from this mess.
Hey, I don't want to, I don't want to predict anything here. If he actually manages to win this by just defending it super well. Oh, well, he's on 11 villagers now. 12, but... Ah, yeah. Minimoult is taking
like a miracle of a raid in order to come back from this. And
yeah.
now Mini also has a single cove, not quite there to one volley the heavy cannon, but enough of a threat to force the heavy cannon to fall back.
Yeah, now this dance begins, and I'm a Howder player, so I usually love the artillery dance, but with those cannons, it's going to be hard, even against one calf, to properly micro this, I feel like. Also with his calf, with his carabiners being cut off in the southern parts, so he can't really just dash in and take out the cannons. A weird situation for him, certainly. Yeah, Tabben resigns at this point.
Yeah. Tabben taps out.
That kind of was a fair point to tap out to. But look at the resource graph there, or just the resources. 54,000 to 53, and just to put that into comparison, how much actually those early extra banks did. Villager, 40 for Tabben. Then he went down a bunch. Then again, he stacked up, and then he went down by a lot.
A lot.
Oh, goddamn lot, yeah. So, military numbers too. I mean, it was kind of obvious that Tabben was not going to win that one, but oof, sheesh.
I'm curious about the resource graph.
Yeah. When it took
Minimoult
over.
catched up again.
Yeah, look at that. Just at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. That was 6,000 resource bump. That was 20% ahead for Tabben when he hit H4. But, I mean, the fights... Let's look at military numbers or military population as well. Yeah, look at that. Tabben, first one, that was not a blast. That was when he went into it with his Cav Skirmaz, right? And then he did the same thing again, almost completely cleared Minimoult. And then this was huge with the Blue Guard.
Yeah, with the
huge
Blue Guard as well as the 16 Reuters coming out.
Absolutely. And then, yeah, you see just numbers rise and numbers decline, and that's quite telling for this match. All right, I'm quickly going to update the score. I'm going to put you guys into transition, please. So, first game, of course, goes to Minimoult. Well, I'm going to quickly check if they're starting up the next one already. And we've got Germany from Minimoult versus India from Tabben. And that's one of those matchups that I just love because it just puts so much dynamic into that. I always say dynamic when I have this matchup because it just fits the situation very well. Because you're basically forced to do something as India, otherwise Germany is just going to hit H3 with both legs on the ground, and they are just going to completely stomp you usually. At the same time, if you mess up with Germany, your momentum can be gone, and against India, scaling as Germany is not that great at some point. At least that's my perspective. I don't want to take it away from you, Nicius.
I have no takes on this. I'm not playing much 1v1, so I'm not particularly down about matchups and stuff.
All right. I'm going to put you guys back onto the mid screen in a second. Yeah, there you go. So that's the matchup for the next one. And I will be back in a second. I just have to quickly drop out and make sure that my bladder is not going to ruin the next cast.
Meaning one before the game, better preparation. I'm not sure about better preparation. They both use the map quite good. They both use the natives. They both use the torp wagons and the big buttons.
All right, and we are back.
That is fair with the Dutch mirror. Yeah, totally right.
I kind of agree. Yeah, I just heard the last statement, but I do agree with that one. So, yeah, I don't have a picture of Tabben's cat though. That's a problem. So if he's ever willing to send me one, I might be able to integrate that one and take that for the next time when I cast one of his games. But so, what are your guys? I'm asking chat now. What is your perspective on Germany versus Dutch, especially Minimoult's Germans versus Tabben's India?
I think Nisi would take this one. I don't think so, no.
But please do tell, because I haven't seen you play that much outside of Sunbros tournaments, I think. So I have no idea.
I'm not playing much 1v1s like at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a team game player.
Which is absolutely fair. I'm just interested in what your civs, what your civ of choice is, basically. If you had to pick one, that one that
one that would carry me.
Yeah.
I guess it would be Inca.
Interesting. It has been a long time since I've heard the last person actually say, "Oh yeah, Inca is a favorite civ of mine."
Yeah, Inca and Aztec are like two of my favorite civs.
All right.
Aztec since Legacy and Inca lately on DE.
I have to quickly switch now because apparently something is bugging out, it looks like, as I cannot, and I don't know why, I cannot pause the game right now. So we're hopping right into it. Next map is obviously Korea, which is a fascinating map, especially for Germany. You don't have the option to take the entire trade route. TC bell overlay, please. Yeah, we are there. Stereo.
Definitely we are there.
So no stagecoach play or anything here, but a lot of aggressive possibilities and also a lot of resources in the middle or in the upper middle part of this map, and some water as well.
So it is worth it to drop like one dog, and if you are like out of hunts, the water economy can carry you through at least until the mid game.
Absolutely. And I mean, if this was Yuki playing, then I would bet my ass that Yuki was going to go for a dog play here. I mean, just how I imagine Yuki playing Germany all the time. And that's a compliment, not some weird way to offend him.
And I'm interested to see if we do see the conquistadors, because they got buffed in the latest patch. That they have an area of effect damage of 1, I believe, and they also cost coin now, right?
Yeah.
What changed?
Yeah, 80-80 should be. Yeah, 80-80.
Yeah.
And I didn't see that game actually, but I think Revnug versus Opti had a game here where Revnug was exclusively playing that unit and that unit only, and he won that one if I remember correctly. But please, you guys in chat, correct me on that one, because I didn't have the time to watch it. I was at work. But
it would be great for either nation, like for India's anti-calf against the squishy Ulands with the AoE damage.
Yeah.
And for Germany as well, for those Zamburaks, because they clump so closely together.
Yeah.
The area effect damage can do a lot of damage.
Also, and that's one thing that people often forget, now that the conquistadors are so broken or so strong, the techs are insanely good as well. We have got Flying Buttress, however you pronounce that one, buildings 20% hit points. So if you want to wall up, you can wall up big with that one. Also, gunpowder units, extra damage 10%. And last but not least, land villager build time minus 15%. So that is quite strong here. So we've got a lot of options here to go for, and a lot of reason to go for that specific stuff, or that specific unit, Nat post. There we go. Aggro 4 is being placed in the middle, so Tabben is not going to let go of the map without a fight. Makes a lot of sense. Map presence is kind of a must against Germany, I assume.
Yeah, definitely. To keep the raids in check. Like, if they are ready, you can apply pressure to force the raid back to their base.
I'm quickly looking over Minimoult stack here. I mean, it looks pretty standard. A lot of coin-focused stuff. So we've got Silversmith, which in this map actually makes sense. If you're forced to stay in your base, then sending Silversmith will just keep you in the game a bit longer.
We're also seeing Pandoras being used in Ace3.
Absolutely. Thankfully, with the updated pricing.
Yeah, not 500 coin anymore.
Yeah. Dude, that was quite a steal. And Germany going quite wood heavy. I'm interested in seeing what for actually, because this is not microing for steel traps. This is not microing for much. Okay, now he's going for more.
No TP as well. Oh, now he's struggling.
Yeah,
okay.
now he's going.
I was like, wait, where's the TP?
Yeah, I think maybe it was a bit not.
Maybe he picked up a treasure. I don't know.
True. And Minimoult is going to age. Yeah, pretty much at 430, I assume. Tabben not far behind though. I think he's going to age.
Yeah, he dropped the aggro forward pretty much at 2:59, 3 minutes.
No, beautiful work there. And we've got 2 villagers working on that. So, yeah, let's look at his deck. So he certainly is an elephant enjoyer. Do we have Ace in the room? Just asking. But certainly an elephant enjoyer. We've got the upgrade cards and we've got 4 different elephant cards in H3. So, yeah, against Germany, that makes a lot of sense, I feel like. Germany in base barracks, so definitely defensive. Also sending in 3 settler wagons. Well, there's not a lot of choice there usually.
Yeah, it's usually like the go-to one first card that they send. Why not send 6 villagers?
Yeah.
Steal off a card.
And this one is also called I Date My Double Cousin, so a lot of cousins involved here, and he's taking a turn and scouting out the base of Tabben. Well, let's take Minimoult actually starting with 4 Rajputs, so he's down to siege, it looks like.
Also insane of an anti-cav unit.
Yeah. Recently buffed, recently reworked, even you could say, because it's just such a strong buff that we see for that unit. I mean, 150 HP, that's the same. They have a little bit less, so a little bit lower attack, but higher attack
Faster rate
speed.
of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think a 50% buff in siege attack, which is goddamn insane, if you ask me.
It certainly is.
Yulan's coming in now. Let's seeing to snag a kill somewhere. But if we look at the base, yeah, Azabs are already in, and those guys are not going to let anything happen to those poor villagers. Yeah, and Minimoult realizes, yeah, he's not going to go in that
I'm
base.
out of here.
Yeah.
See ya.
I'm not donating that unit. Yeah, and look at that. Rajput just in base. Some seaports
The
behind.
one crossbow is gonna change the fight here.
Yeah, that was a missed batch for sure from Minimoult. Oh, but there comes the next one. Although, that's the problem. Those goddamn monks, they can do so well against those early skirm numbers.
Yeah, and especially when they're like stomping your entire crossbow mass, stunning them for a brief second. That can change fights.
Yeah. Now look at that. That's not going to go well for Minimoult here. Because if those guys, the Rajputs, get into melee, they are going to do their damage. Yeah. Look at that.
Shred.
First one, second one, third one is going to get snacked up in a second as well. While we are taking fights up here. And that's all the military gone. Oh,
yeah.
Another shipment coming in.
Just like that.
Interesting fight. Hard to read, though, if I look at this. Because the militiamen, of course, you don't want to fight them just to make sure that your enemy loses all the value on them.
Yeah. But it's buying Minimoult enough time to allow him to age.
Yeah, certainly. Look at that. A lot of gold on the ground still. And he's aging still at a competitive time. With even though he had to sacrifice some stuff out here. So he should be happy with what happened here, I think. And as Yuki just wanted to point out, nice, he saved the TP. Well, I don't know about that yet. Because now we've got almost 1 HP militiamen, and those guys are going to be shot down. And that trading post is not going to see another pass, I think.
It gave him like 1 or 2 more passes.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So he should be aging up with a shipment in bank. Almost, but he will have one once he's up. Exile Prince. Yeah, yep. Standard. It doesn't look like as if we lost any villagers here. I saw them riding back over here. And then coming back in. But I don't think we actually lost a villager here to Tabben's raiding. To Minimoult's raiding. Yep, perfect timing for the shipment. Now I fully agree with you, Yuki. I didn't want to say that it was useless. Just that in the end the TP was still going down. First shipment, of course, 3 war wagons. Why 3 war wagons? Well, the only unit actively able to counter them because, well, here is the Azab, I'd say. Because we don't have enough skirms and everything else is less range. So that is going to be fun to deal with. Sawa's coming in as well. So Tabben not letting off the pressure. He wants to end this fight. Minimoult also, he's stacking resources like crazy. Oh, looks like he's getting a few kills maybe, though. So, and let's see what he can make of this pop here. I mean, we've got all his entire eco is in there. Now he's got to kite like a madman to win this fight still.
With those clunky war wagons.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's gonna be tough.
It's not a thankful spot to be in.
Doing a great job, though.
Yeah. And let's see, that the problem is with Germany, right? That you're always in this spot. Oh, yeah, look at that. Once that guy gets a snare, that's a war wagon taken out, and that's 1/3 of the main damage source for Minimoult gone already. He can't send anything in, because no TP.
And those Azabs are also insane on dealing damage to dragoons.
Yeah. They are doing 24 damage each time they shoot, and they have double the attack speed of a normal unit. So, take that in mind.
And the same range as war wagons, so you can't kite.
Yeah. Oh, this is not going to go well. Yeah, I feel like Minimoult is not going to take this one home, it looks like.
He's in a rough spot. He has another shipment.
Yeah, but what shipment?
What is he going to say that it's going to help him?
Yeah.
Like, he can send 8 skirms on 9 Newlands, but
Must be skirms though, right? I mean, if Tabben is smart, he has a stable up and is going for Cav at this point. I mean, we still have the 3 of those guys. Even if he
But he
goes
can
for
snipe them out with the TC.
True. Should focus on that. He needs more wood. Oh, yeah. I see why he's... Oh, he got it through. Just in time.
Lucky him.
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. He's actually just dealing out damage on the Cav, just making sure that a skirm shipment is going to save him the day here. This is just barely surviving what Minimoult is doing here. Barely surviving. And I don't know if there's enough steam left after this fight, even if he wins it.
India's economy is just rising and rising with each shipment getting better and better.
34 villages versus, 30 villages. So not that terrible, but still not great either. And he finds himself on the wrong side of this fight, I think. With the war wagons taking considerable damage. But still, he should be able to clear this out fairly easily. Yeah, look at that.
Now finally we're able to gather again.
Yeah. I mean, how long has it been? 2 minutes? Maybe? Even?
At least. Maybe close to 2.5.
Yeah.
But now he has to gather all the wood just to get housing and all the infrastructure again. As I don't think he can afford to send 1,000 wood.
Yeah.
Because he needs military now. ASAP.
Absolutely, yeah. Well, let's see what his next shipment is going to be. He can't send anything, of course. Yeah. Oh, look at that. And now Tabben again. He catches him with, as I said, with the Sours, and those guys are just slaughtering everything on the field. And again,
not great of a unit, but really great as countering light infantry.
Fully agree, yeah. And I think that again puts Tabben right back in the spot where he was before, just putting pressure onto the German player, and Germany just hoping. Oh yeah, that's really gonna F up his day. Look at that. He can't.
Yeah. Oh, you have a house. Not anymore.
He just switched it, by the way. He just switched it to 7 skirms because he knew with those Raptors on the field, he's not going to do nothing.
Yeah, but again, Sowas are still on the field.
Yeah.
And he has Caravanserai, so...
Yeah, I also don't know how he's going to play this. But I guess he has to pull his villagers out when the skirm, you know, just to pop them out here and to make sure that he can't pass with a Cav into the villas. But this looks terrible. I mean, score leads, of course, for India. Yeah, but you can't fight this with the Cav, can you?
No, you can't.
Oh, yeah, and there come the reinforcing batches. And once you see those guys, you kind of have to GG, I think.
He's trying his best with the villagers to tank, absorb damage, focus these Sowas.
Yeah, and also trying to hinder the Sours from connecting with the skirms, but I mean, still, what a mass on the field here. But also great gameplay here from Minimoult. I think he's just taking on all those siege-heavy units and making sure that his TC survives another day.
His TC is surviving a whole lot.
Yeah.
I think not many players would have been able to defend without any economy for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that is impressive. But I don't know if it's enough to really save him here. Look at that, he's taking all the cheap shots. Settler wagons out there punching the enemy out of existence. And let's take a quick look at Tabben, because we have been so focused on the base of Germany here. But yeah, I mean, he's just going for eco all over the place. Not even close to H3, but he's not caring about that either, I think. He's just staying in H2 where he's comfortable and where he can do all the damage that he wants.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is a Deadville. Yeah, but beautiful villager micro here. So as a Germany player, you kind of, once you learn how to really defend with villagers only, you are in another class. And there the Cav comes in. Beautiful.
8 Ulan shipment coming in to rescue another day.
And look at that, there's actually reinforcing skirms, and those guys are going to be slaughtered on the spot there.
But huge villager lead now. 48 to like 27.
Yeah, not a chance. Take a quick look how many of those guys, yeah. 29 actually, and that is still not enough. I mean, it's what, 50% lead basically for Tabben. Oh, I'm on Mother Nature. I don't want to be there. And now the Tiger Claw is coming just for extra mass.
And he
Makes
should be
sense.
out of shipments on what he can send without investing heavy coin in it.
We're
Like,
talking
he
about
did
Mini
send.
here. Yeah, he's got 8 Yulan
Yeah.
shipment left, and all the rest is so coin heavy. Yeah, and also don't forget we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 shipments through. So the price for the next shipment, we still need 350 XP to get the next one. So that's a lot of XP to get the coin. Well, he's macroing forward actually, but I don't know which one of these shipments would actually be strong enough to deal with this. I guess the Black Riders could do something.
Yeah, Black Riders might be able to do something.
Actually, if Tabben just tries to run down Minimoult's Cav, that might be super good for him, because then he might actually see that through and actually get out the Black Riders, if he's lucky though.
Until he's losing a house and can't send the shipment anymore.
Oh, don't spoil this fantasy for me. Oh yeah, and there he just got caught out. Not fast enough with the snare, and that's going to cost him at least 1 more Yulan. And I mean, that has to hurt. Yulan raids coming out though. One dude just set off on his own adventure. Not even able to take down a Vil, but he was there.
He's the hero of the folklore. Everyone's gonna tell the tales about the one Yulan who saved the day.
Yeah, absolutely. My father was there. He didn't do shit, but he was there.
He was there.
Yeah, his next try to... Oh god, it's not going well for that one Yulan. And look at that, Zams right now, a good choice against the Yulans, but... Mini's still not even... Look at that, he's still lacking more than 100 XP for the next shipment. He got the coin, but that's all he got, and... India just has taken over the entire map. Still H2, but very comfortably. And you know when we predicted, oh yeah, surely they are going to take the Jesuit mission and all that, right?
I guess not.
Yeah, not a single conquistador was built here. That's how you can play this game as well.
And yeah, Black Riders inbound.
Yeah, let's see how much value those guys can get. Because now, I mean, honestly, only 5 skirms, so that's the only unit that actively counters them. Might be okay there. But then again, that shipment must come in first. He actually repaired his TC because he knows that's his only safe spot. And he's now, I just wanted to suggest that, he's actually going for Saloon. I love it.
Yeah, it's giving me also a nice little coin trigger.
And further upon that, also at least some chance of actually using that coin. But look at the, oh god, look at the options that he has. That's
not bad,
terrible.
RNG. Arsonist.
Yeah, that's...
Also marksman. Ugh. That's a rough roster.
Yeah, that's the worst of the worst if you can have it.
Yeah.
And if you look at the HP, honestly, there are so many Rajputs in here. The Black Riders might actually be caught. Oh! Yeah. One last stand. The German Black
And
Riders.
there goes.
Yeah. GG, and there we go. Alright, that one... Yeah, what a pop, Animus. You are absolutely right. That was a lot of damage. Yeah, and just look at the resources. I mean... that should
Almost
be quite
double.
yeah.
More than double.
Almost double. Economy-wise, yeah, well, same. Let's just look at resources here. I mean, 4,000 more resources in 3 units, but still, that doesn't really make a big difference. And military-wise, I mean, we have to hand it to Minimoult there. That's a solid kill-death ratio. Well, but...
40 kills along with his villagers.
Yeah. Let's take a quick look at villager population, actually. I mean, we see Tabben, yeah, a good spot. Minimoult, of course, his big shipment there, but then he never really got over his best villager point was here at 11 minutes. Yeah, no, 10 minutes 45, and he never really got over that. Almost up until the end. And then we just see India scaling like crazy. All resources gathered, he overtakes him.
Yeah, you can see where he got idled.
Yeah, look at that. I mean,
The entire game.
that's pretty much done there. Wow. All right, pretty strong game here, and it looks like all of you guys who said either player A is going to play steamroll player B, or player B is going to steamroll player A, all of you were wrong. We've got to 1-1 situation here on hands.
Maybe it's going to be a 3-2 after all.
Oh, yeah. And I'm getting more excited than I should, because usually when I see, you know, an even score, I'm already excited about it, because that means, oh, we're going to see more games. But
yeah,
it doesn't matter
this time.
Absolutely.
You're going to cast all of these. No matter the outcome.
Absolutely right. I'm just going
every single part matters for the teams.
Yeah, that's true. So, or that's also, I mean, if you guys are asking why they're not resigning, don't forget, every single game here counts. You can't just say, okay, I lost that one, I'm going to play better the next one, and then I'm going to take the next one after that. It's about all the points that are being made here. So that is why people are really focused on not losing their team any points. Also because they're probably getting in trouble for that. But that's something different.
That's not our problem, is it?
Absolutely no. We don't care for that. They can. That's their conversation to have. Games. Yeah. And back we go into the 3-match screen. Yeah, both players probably taking. Oh, Minimoult is typing in again. Starting game 3. There we go. And let's see what the matchup is actually going to be. Oh, yes! Sorry, guys, but just to put this into perspective, I just read somebody's playing Haudenosaunee and it's Minimoult, and I love Haude. As I said, I'm a Haude main, so, well. And they're actually playing against China, and that's even better for me because I don't like China. I always lose against them with Haudenosaunee, so maybe if Mini takes this one, I get to learn a few new tricks, and you do too.
I mean, Hard got buffed considerably with their H2 play, with the Hyena getting the Rate of Fire buff and Tomahawks having a better attack animation.
Sorry, you just have to repeat that one. In my head just blanked out for a second with space. Sorry.
Like, Haudenosaunee H2 got buffed. Hyena with the Rate of Fire buff and the Tomahawks with a better attack animation.
No, that is fully true. H2 Haudenosaunee is pretty damn strong. I think you can also see that if you look up their win rate right now. But at the same time, China has ways to counter that, especially if the Haudenosaunee player overextends, and that is what we like to do with our military, since we're these all-in deadbeat brickheads that just rush in there with everything we have, you know.
Well, China still has a blockhouse to defend itself.
True, and then if you have, for example, if you have a huge ANMS and you just cleared everything in base and you're just reproducing Tomahawks to defend yourself and to siege, and then you get that goddamn calf pop. Well, there's a lot that can happen against China. That's the only thing I'm saying. So, and is that the next one already? No, it's not.
Gaja saying H2 versus China is often overlooked, actually.
Yeah, I feel like because China is often seen. Kevin, leader of the AR. I guess that's not our Kevin. Okay, sorry. I fully agree with China being good in H2 as well, or in some situations. I feel like that the H3 and H4 play is just so prevalent that people just don't care about it that much. Because why try and waste units in H2 if you can just go to H3 and start the death ball?
Right.
But then again, I would love to see it being played that way. I'm not gonna lie. So, still looking for the game. And I fully agree. I think that a properly played Haudenosaunee rush in H2 should suffice against China. Should be able to crack it just because of the siege and the better Tomahawks now. Just especially if you have water, the kind of mass that you can put out. But it's still fragile, and if you get caught with an H2 army against an H3, even H3 early China, that can be devastating, in my opinion and experience. But again, I'm just 1500 elo, so that's quite far away from what we're going to see here. And Minimoult's game is
lower than that.
Yeah, so we are basically just here to talk shit and entertain you guys, not to really be
pretending we know everything about the game.
All right, game is there. Let's jump right in. life cost is up. There we go. We should certainly see a water start from Haudenosaunee on this map. I mean, it's Manchuria. Most of you guys should know that one. But yeah, there we go. Short legs at the start, but now we're good again. By the way, I hope, technically speaking, that everything is all right. Oh no, Minimoult being caught out on a cliff. That is
No, not the
unfortunate.
cliff.
Oh god, please don't stay there, Mini. Please don't. I beg you, move
He's
it.
just enjoying the view of the beautiful sea.
Yeah, I guess so. On the other side, China's already taking a TP while this guy's just, you know,
Enjoying the view.
spelunking around. Oh, that,
Get to work.
yeah, that hurts so much because as all Horde players know that a dock just takes almost a full minute to build and it's a pain. At least he got the build on the first try because usually that bugs around too. And let's see how Tabben is going to play that. Yeah, 80 wood in base, or 80 wood treasure that cannot be contested. That is wonderful starting point for him. And also
Don't even have to chop any wood.
Yeah, that's
Beautiful.
Perfect. Well, let's take a look at that. Yeah, 80 woods in base. That thing can be built in a second. There we go. And look at that. 3 yaks, 1 goat, of course. If you can catch those 2 as well, then China is set. China is absolutely
These picks
set.
are really well. Like, China can utilize the livestock, and Haudenosaunee can utilize the water economy.
Look at that. A card I don't often see, but in this matchup it might just be required. Boxer Rebellion. 50% damage and 50% H. No, just damage, but still. Yeah, some extra food here. 75 food for China again. China looking just like they have a really, really strong start here. While Minimoult just, I'm sorry, but messed up the start a bit. It just took him far too long to get up the dock. But he's got 4 fishing
could
boats.
have been up like 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah, fully agree. But it's good that it's important that he at least got his yaks. And I think he got both middle ones, so actually 5 yaks for him at this point. Let's see how this plays out. Take a quick look at this deck as well. Yup. Makes sense. Some anti-water. I mean, the 3 Buccaneers are insanely good, especially for Haudenosaunee. And the rest of it looks like a very standard H2.
Yeah. Is conservative tactics not worth selling anymore? Because it boosts like attack and HP for your Tomahawks and, you know.
No,
right?
I think it's fully worth it. It just feels like this is his sort of anti-water deck. So not fully committing on water, but, you know, it has the ability to give him a strong timing or a strong push on water as well with the privateers. And I think he sacrificed conservative tactics for that. Because if you play this H3, then that card is not that good because you're not going to go Tomahawk against China usually.
Yeah, makes sense.
So it's kind of a split decision because those infantry upgrade cards, they don't affect both values, but they affect forest prowlers as well, and that is what you need against China. Oh, what do we see here? Yeah, Disciple just scouting for Tabben, even going into cover mode. Nice, taking that shot. And just slowly looking up. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful stuff, especially on the corners. So he sees his hunts. Probably should do some more scouting over here just to make sure. But there's nothing anyway, it looks like.
Seems like he knows the map layout, where the hunts are and where they aren't.
Yeah, fully agree. And look at that, he's actually saving up his shipments, it seems like. Northern refugees with just 1 house is just not worth it at this point. And the first, you know how it's going to be against Haudenosaunee. The first walls are already going up.
Yeah. Don't even have to scout.
Yeah, Mini actually, though, on the other side, going up with the chief.
Oh, interesting. The 2 villagers and the healer one.
Yeah, and that is quite fascinating. I mean, in his deck, I'm looking forward to seeing how he plays this. It looks like he is actually going for an FF, if that makes any sense here. But no, doesn't seem like it because there's nothing on coin. No, I'm confused.
He's like more of a slower rush. Or like a semi-FF maybe, if he opts for that. Like push and H behind it.
Yeah, but semi-FF against a fast FF, if you can play it, it doesn't seem too much. And look at that. I mean, with the Temple of Heaven, you're not usually playing H2. So
yeah, strictly H up to 3. Even with the France consulate.
So if we see an FF, a straight FF here from Tabben, then I think a semi from Mini is not going to do enough damage to really make the effort they put into it worth it, if that makes any sense.
He's certainly putting the aggression on with the Tomahawk Big Button and the Kenya Horseman coming in.
Yeah, I don't know what... Yeah, okay. I mean, Kanya as first card in H2 is usually the way to go, just because it's just so potent if you can pull it off. House is going out because he's housed as F still.
Since like a minute.
Yeah, it's not feeling good for him. But Kev is going forward already. Let's take a quick look.
Tabben should be aging now as well.
Yeah,
right?
look at that.
The tower.
China already going up with the porcelain
tower.
tower. Yeah, so
greedy.
But that's just higher elo. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're
Makes
confident in defending this, then you can fully go for it. I mean, he saw that there was no fast H from Hero, so he can definitely try and go for it, I feel like. And the Cav is not going to kill anything.
Off from France? I'm curious what he's going to ally with next. I assume it's going to be Brits for the intervention.
We will see in a second, I assume. British also makes the most sense to me, but maybe he's also trying to keep it cool for now. Oh, look at that. It would have been so more potent if you found that thing instead of the TP, but alright.
Oh.
Now he has to take it. Yeah, JPC also saying it's over already, and I don't want to jinx it there. Oh, there we go. Brits coming in. But it doesn't look like... It's not a good look for Howder at this point, I think. He's now heavily on coin as well. I guess he's now should be sending in the resources now as next. Yeah, and he's trying to
great.
But he's not going to be able to do any damage over here. And that's it. That's what I'm saying. The H3 is basically through now.
Basically unharmed.
Yeah.
Besides the trading post going down, but...
Yeah, and there we have 5 meteor hammers, of course, coming in, first of all. And then the civil servants right behind that. Porcelain tower onward, so the eco is also there. And now the walls are gone. Now you know it's up. Yeah. Now you really know what's going on.
Speaking of confidence.
Absolutely. And this, as a Howder player, this already hurts to see. Just from the perspective, because this feels like China is now just going to steamroll into Howder's base and just going to clean them up easily. Mini aging.
Still got water, so he can invest more into it if he wants to.
Yeah, but 6 fishing boats. I mean, to invest into it, he needs more wood, but he also needs houses, so he's a bit stretched there. And also, he only has one of those tribal marketplaces. That means he can't just switch 20 people on coin and go full out coin economy here. So this will be an awkward fight, I feel like. Yeah, back and forth. The first army is now streaming in. And as you said, just as you said, intervention coming in as well. And I don't feel like Haudenosaunee can defeat, or defend even. Not just defeat, but defend this.
He has to let the ward go.
Yeah.
And without giving up the entire map pressure he has. Map control.
Yeah, I mean, Howder without map control, without economy, without the speed of a fast FF is just... that's hard to see. I'm curious in Minimoult's first shipment too. I mean, let's see what's going up here. Yeah, now queuing skirms, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense. Well... he just used the transcendence ability and healed his cav right up. That's the point. I mean, this is some new meta that has evolved, or new meta, a more mainstream meta now that has been involved after the nerfs to the summer pellets, right? And it hits really bad if it's well done. Because
yeah, I was getting a unit, then nope.
Yeah,
I never took damage.
Yeah,
to me.
That is false information on your part. I'm sorry. Those 10 bullet holes in my head doesn't matter. I believe in you.
You mean that arrow stuck in my head? Nah, it's real.
That's just a cosmetic.
Yeah. I bought it for $5.
Oh, wait. This could have been such a nice snipe of cavalry there.
Yeah.
Damn it.
But he just react in the nick of time.
Yeah. And we
Forest
got...
Bros being the first shipment, it seems.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. Otherwise, you're never going to be able to contest with the skirm numbers. But those guys running into the first disciple here, that also won't help. But Cav is going out easily. Yeah, look at
Yeah,
that.
but once China loses the skirm battle, it's really hard to replenish their skirm numbers once they are in the deficit.
Yeah, but you also see, and Tabben sees it too, that Mini is not microing both groups here. And he is able to get away here. Nope, nope.
No,
Oh,
no,
shit.
he isn't.
Oh, God, that hurts. No.
There goes a lot of rise. Rip.
Oh, that's 450 resources just slaughtered in the corner like cows.
It's even like a shipment wasted, more or less, if it would have been a shipment of 5 Dragoons.
Yeah, absolutely agree. And now he's on the Vills, so this matchup just... Yeah, it's terrible on all sides right now, this situation for Haudenosaunee. And let's see, yeah, look at that. I mean, the skirm numbers are building up because Tabben knows he needs to at least be able to hold the skirm wars. And he's investing more in Cav and some anti-Cav coming with the Chengdaos. Yeah, look, they also have 20 range, so there's no way for Howder to compete.
He's taking care of everything, making sure that nothing can harm him.
Yeah, beautifully done, I have to say. Do we have upgrades on Akanya? No, he wasn't able to afford that. Makes sense. Skirm numbers popping up there, and anti-Cav numbers coming off too. Yeah, yeah. Good enough, I say. But this fight here is just going to be so hard, especially with the chief. Where's that guy? Here in the back. He needs to be in the front line with the skirms so they can tank better, in my opinion. Oh, yeah, that was a good shot already.
And the pocket cannon. Oh, sad. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
It goes.
Oh, not perfect, but not terrible either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like, really rough. Yeah, I just feel that against China, you just have to utilize your tempo advantage that you have as Howder to the fullest. Either really straight FF or straight rush into that thing. Because look at that. Also, those guys counter skirms, of course, even better than normal normal cavalry. So
yeah,
really
China's are specialized units.
Yeah.
They are really great at countering what they counter. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
And yeah, he abandons us down. GG.
And GG to you guys, and GG to the chat as well, because we just, for a split second at least, we just hit the 204 limit. So for the first time this stream, we got over the 200 mark, the magical 200 mark. So thanks, guys, for all of you paying attention and being with us here. And just don't forget about, I mean, the name, the stream title is a bit messy, I agree. But after this, we are going to see Armed Turk versus Conqueror, and then Steppenwolf versus my head again, Frontline, of course. So we are going to see a lot of beautiful stuff here, even after this being beautiful as well. So let's look out for that. I will quickly put you guys into transition for a second while I set up the new screen.
Too easy for the Chinese test ball. Yeah.
Yeah, sadly, I'm not a China fan. I don't know how it is in team games, but in 1v1s, I'm just not. Every time I see China as my opponent, I'm a bit oof.
Yeah, in 3v3 plus, it's usually that China is quite the weak surf because you want to have one unit that you're specialized in. With those banners, it's really awkward for the teams to adjust to it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can't only make skirms or only make anti-cav. You always have the mixture of units.
Yeah, I fully agree with you on that one. And also, it just... I'm sorry, I'm just thinking this through again from a Haudenosaunee perspective in 1v1, just to just make my own point clear here, but there's just this very small window, in my opinion, where it can really hurt China in H3 and in H2, because once they age up to H3, you're almost always in a problematic spot, because we have China with one of the best explorers to defend that is in the game, probably, at this point. And also a lot of sentries and units to spawn under the town center to just take the brunt force of the attack and slowly but surely dwindle down the numbers of the enemy attacking?
I don't know, Kelly. We don't have a picture of Tabben, sadly.
Yeah, I tried. Sorry, I think Yuki suggested, or was it Yuki Ogaja who suggested that we take a picture of his cat? But sorry, I tried to find something that looks at least close to him, but there's not a single guy there that looks close to him. I'm sorry, and I thought, yeah, it's just the state of the game right now, or the overlay right now.
Oh, well.
Because it would make many viewers feel intimidated. I fully agree with you, Brooke. I fully agree with you on that one. But yeah. I'm just waiting for Mini to text me the next matchup, but I guess as the game's go on, and especially after this game, and after the first and second game, where both of them were fully active throughout the entire thing, I think they're a bit winded by now, if it makes any sense.
A bit drained.
I can just take a screenshot of one of his videos. Yeah, that is true. But then I have to implement it into the overlay as well. And that is one of those things that I haven't looked up yet. If I can just drop it into a folder and take it from there, then I would be perfectly fine. I fully agree. But if it doesn't work like that, well, then I'm a bit lost again. Oh, guys, we have been talking a lot about this matchup that we just had. And therefore, the two guys decided to just do that thing again on Pomerania. Just reverse now. So we are seeing China from Mini and Howler from Tabben, actually. Which hurts a bit because I'm again one of those suckers who really loves an even matchup or an even score. So I'm kind of rooting for Minimoult. But on the other side, I'm rooting for Haudenosaunee. So you get my point, right? So that's the next matchup. And
maybe Tabben can show how to play this matchup.
Hey, I would be perfectly happy. As I said, if I can take anything away from these games, then I'm I mean, I'm taking away a lot of excitement already. But if I can see some strategies that are working well or are looking quite viable, then I'm perfectly happy with that. But yeah, we will have to wait. I think they have the 3-minute delay in there, so just don't run away now because it's not starting immediately. But again, I mean, Pomerania is actually interesting because it's quite similar while also being a bit different from Manchuria, especially since the last Manchuria game also had a trade-off that was shared and not the one behind their bases. So it's almost the same situation here, just that you have another island in the north and a lot of treasures in the mid-map. Oh, I think Pomerania can also start with one of the natives with Hanover, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least with the one that gives you the Golden Rider, which is insanely strong on Cav, of course.
Oh, yeah.
That one can just wreck entire pushes completely.
It can also roll Vasa,
yeah,
I believe.
Fully true. I think I just fantasized about having Hanover in there because I wanted to see that big, great firework, big button, smashing up an entire army.
Vast and Oldenburg, Simula says, can roll there.
Ah, thanks. Similar are living and breathing dictionary, or not dictionary, lexica for Age of Empires knowledge. So, refreshing. But we should be there in a second. I'm just thinking, it's an interesting matchup also because we will see how differently Tabben approaches this. Because I assume that after what he just saw, he's not going to play a semi against China. Hopefully. I don't know.
I'm assuming Minimoult's gonna do his build again. I think he was like one of the first players who done this build, right? With the what's the one I called again with the H2?
You have to.
The one which gives you wheels. Forgot the name of it.
Tell me again, the one with the wheels? What? I wasn't getting that.
Yeah, the one which gives you the wheels on the HA bonus. The one of your age up first.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, the Heavenly Temple. Or
Heavenly
something.
Kami, yeah.
No,
I know,
not Kami.
Kami.
Heaven Temple or Heaven's Temple or something.
Yeah, Temple of
Heaven. Yeah.
I think it was like one of the first players who invented this build order within France.
Possibly.
Opening.
Yeah. And the game is there, by the way. So quick timeout for you guys while I get everything neat and ready on the UI side of things.
Thank you, ESOC, for these great matchups. Yeah, they're doing a great job at organizing all these matchups.
Yeah. And also thank the players for making all of this possible because, well, if there were no players like that, we couldn't watch them, of course.
Yeah. The commitment. Greatly appreciated.
Yeah. And there we are, already in the map. On the left side, we've got China with Minimoult. And on the right side, we've got Tabben playing Haudenosaunee. And he is not wasting any time with his... Yeah, there we go. That's 30 seconds saved right there. Sorry, Mini, if you watch this later on, no offense, but that was just... that was painful earlier. Especially because on Manchuria, it takes you a long time already to get to the water. And this is just instant build, ready, go. Really good stuff. Yeah, and China going for the trading post as soon as possible. Which might actually give him a fairly early pass. Not the first one, of course, but the second one should be close behind. So, really liking that one. Ooh, look at that. First treasure going down for Tabben. Should be 100 XP.
Ooh, it's like another shipment. Like his first shipment.
Yeah, look at that. That's going to be his first shipment. Yeah.
He's getting it earlier. Oh, nearly. I think he's gonna get it first.
Yeah, but it's... Oh.
Right? Oh, for China?
Yeah, before China. And China will get the next pass in a second, so he has a fair advantage. And especially with the water starts, an early shipment is worth quite a lot, in my opinion. Because think about that. Usually, with Haudenosaunee, and I know that quite well, you get the first shipment at 150, around that mark. And that means he basically saved 30 seconds. So 30 seconds earlier, 3 wills. That is quite potent for a start.
Yeah, it's huge.
Waters. I like that. Just waters.
Waters.
That says it all.
Simple yet efficient.
Yeah, pretty classic standard China deck, I would say. The only thing that you would not want to play here is H2, I suppose. And Tabben, on the other hand, he has a fully landlocked deck. Look at that. He's not planning on any aggression. And he also has the conservative tactics. So,
yeah,
we will see what happens here. Yeah, it's also called land, by the way. I was kind of waiting for lands, but let's not get too deep into that. Oh, by the way, we've got House of Wettin. So the golden. Oh, it's actually called Goldener Reiter in English as well. I didn't know that.
It's like the German pronunciations too.
Amazing. So marriage politics might be worth getting, but I think investing here and also needing to keep that until you can research it is just a bit too much for China.
I think it also takes too long to research.
Yeah, true.
Like it's only worth ever investing if you do some sort of semi. But for a naked it takes too long to research.
No. Oh, by the way, in chat, Pneumaval saying, hello, it's my first time watching Age of Empires on a live stream, I guess you wanted to say. I love AoE 3, and I think you share that love with most of us here in chat. So I'm really happy you're here. Isn't the score showing? Score should be 1-2.
Yeah, on the top right it shows. 1 for Minimoult, 2 for Tabben.
All right. Yeah, let's take a quick look. The Wise Woman, what the hell? So, what are people doing here? We're actually seeing the Wise Woman from Tabben, which is resource crate age up. So one of the 2 age up that is usually done for the fast fortress build, or for, well, almost anything. Another XP treasure for China. Oh, China is going to love this. Look at that.
Another 85.
Yeah, that is juicy. Oh, but look at that disciple going down. That is hurting, because I feel like that diminishes.
Maybe he can get this. Oh no, he used this done on the Guardian, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, never mind. He did. He said it's a really fast recharge rate
Yeah,
because he only has one explorer.
yeah. Oh, that was beautiful. So kind of an eye for an eye situation, I guess.
Yeah, alive for alive.
Hola Amigos just saying MFD knows how the inside out, and dude, I don't. I still struggle with them, but I enjoy them thoroughly. So, SimSimix asking, would it be wise to take TP and train Saxon Cuirassiers since they cost wood as Howder? Is an H3. It is an H3 unit as far as I remember. Yeah, and it's basically the same performance as a cuirass, but also a higher cost. So I don't know if it's really worth it, because Howder has kind of efficient cavalry already that counters artillery and also tanks a lot of range damage. So I don't know if it's really worth it for Howder, but I get the point you're trying to make this map. Leshy, of course, this map is called Pomerania, one of the newer maps they introduced.
We also see a few nuances on the build order.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Minimoult sending 300 export instead of 700 coins right away.
Interesting. And going for the German, so he's getting his trickles all right. Oh, I don't know if that is a good idea, though. I mean, it certainly is long term, but on the other side,
it does take a while to pay off.
Yeah. And, I mean, what are we seeing from Tabben here? Yeah, he looks like he's going for a pretty straight FF. I mean, he has 5 fishing boats, so just 1 fishing boat less than he's only had in the last game. But this is far more straightforward, in my opinion. Gillnet's also being researched. Didn't know that paid off that early. And Minimoult coming
like 10 fishing boats a magical number for...
Yeah, that's my opinion as well. But, well... Stereo, I get your point with that extra cost. With the extra cost that you're saving because it's a native unit and doesn't cost population. So I think a point can be made for it, but at the same time, Howder is most of the time not that economically strong, so they have to kind of put it together with shipments and units being built at the same time for the initial push. So I don't know if that really pays off, but maybe we will see it this game. I don't think so, though, since nobody is too keen on getting vet in.
Yeah, and the wood upgrades from the market are more expensive, especially the first one than the European one. Yeah. So it's not as easy as to switch your economy to wood.
The problem is it's basically like you kind of don't have Gangsaw, you just have the next tier up. That's basically how it works, right? So that one's 20% already, and it's just a really heavy investment for a civ like Haudenosaunee. Warbrod asking how went the series Revenant versus Opti. I think that was...
I haven't watched that, actually.
Yeah, I didn't, but Easy was watching it right next to me while I played against him, or I played somebody else, I think. And he said it was quite close, with some cheese being involved. I'm not going to say what. So rewatch that one if you haven't seen it so far. China comfortably reaching H3 in record time of 7 minutes and 30 seconds, with almost all trickles actually being sent through. So China is on the spot here. Tabben also aging now for the next one, having a shipment in place. So he looks...
Messenger.
Yeah, Messenger. So he's going to be shortly behind. Yeah, before 8-minute mark. With better economy, I hope, for him. Nah, I don't know.
I'm not quite sure about that. He has the Porcelain Tower and the Tricklesworth. Could be about dead even at the moment.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's even China favored here. That's the terrible thing. China also has quick and good economy if they get through. Yeah, now with both builds, we've got 2 Warheads, 1 Coral. I don't know if Tabben has the economy to feed all these military production buildings, though. Now, he is sending through 1,200 resources, though. That is going to help. Yeah, look at that deck. That's quite classical land deck from Haudenosaunee. I feel like I have the very same deck. I think only I don't have the 1,800 resources.
And he might be able to get like a full batch of 10 skirms and 5 dragoons out, actually. If he gathers the food crate right away. Close.
Yeah, he just wanted to send in the next shipment as well. He was a bit macro, or not macro, but he was too slow with building up another house. But still, strong stuff here. That's a good initial mass.
It's a strong start.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Garger's point is pretty fair for all of those who haven't read that one. With Haudenosaunee really going heavy on water means that at some point you will have to defend it if the other enemy has enter-water capabilities at all. Because it's just, you need to defend it because you have invested so many resources there. And if you don't, then you just can't be hit that hard. If your water economy is there but not that present, then it's a good, nice thing to have, just buffing you a little bit without giving your enemy too much reason to go onto water as well and contesting that. You want to be focused on the fight on the land and make something happen there and trade well.
Saying 5 curiosities next.
Oh, that's a good timing. That is going to be a good timing because look at that. China has nothing in the matter of anti-cav. Yeah, good. 3 Chengdaos, they're going to do much, I assume.
Yeah, possibly like another 10 on the way.
Minimoult.
Oh, he's sending the food run.
That's actually overcommitting there, I think. Because, I mean, it's 6 ships, okay, or 7 ships, I get that. But still, that's a big shipment. While he's being pressured on land, so...
Yeah, he really needs anti-cav instead of the Fushuan.
Fully agree, yeah. So, if Tabben plays this right, his cards might just be heavily in his favor here. This is really beautiful stuff.
This is a really strong timing Tabben is going to push out here.
Yeah, I mean...
With a hefty amount of skirmishers, dragoons...
Yeah, and his chief is apparently in the same group as the skirms as well. Sorry for the interruption.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I fully agree with Hazard there. Ship is just wrong in it. It fully is. I mean, look at that. It's just going to go in there, destroy a couple of ships, and in the meantime, we're going to see a slaughter on the field here.
Yeah, 7 fishing boats for an entire army. I would take that trade all day long.
Yeah, the micro is a bit awkward here.
Well, we got just the batch right on the gendarmes.
Yeah. Now he needs to micro this heavily, otherwise his gendarmes... Yeah, look at that. That one guy is going to do a lot.
Yeah, this one gendarme is gonna shred all of these.
Yeah. And I mean, it was not a perfect trade here, I think. It could have gone much better for Tabben. But at the same time, he's still cleaning this easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he has to look out now. Those cuirass should not die easily. And he lost a lot of musket riders. That is one problem that I see here. There's not many of those left, and now the skirm fight. Yeah.
Yes, but the numbers are still very in favor of Tabben here.
Yeah. I mean, water is 1 more or less, but it's also not being microed, so there's still 2 fishing boats just peacefully gathering right next to this giant warship. Oh no, look at that pop. That was just a 10 Chengdao shipment that we almost missed. And now this is highly
this is
problematic.
Around now.
Oh my god. If Minimoult pulls this off, then he is my full support for this. This is just doing the best they can do in this situation. Look at the slaughter. All the skirms here dying. And that skirmass is important.
This is a beautiful trade.
Yeah. I mean, possibly the best that he could have gotten in this situation.
Yeah. But I think he's does he have Manchu on deck? I think he might be macroing for that.
Oh yeah, it looks like
it.
He
has.
That makes a lot of sense because those Manchu will be able to trade with the muskets and the Kanya, and the skirmass has just been diminished.
Yeah, and the Cav can also clear some skirmishers on the right.
Yeah, oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Beautifully done. Just pull that fella out there. Run for your life. Yeah, and water should be now fully, almost cleaned.
Almost. But it can get the house of Vasa on the island there with the Fushuan.
Yeah, I once saw Rizi.
You really want it?
Yeah, I once saw Rizi, if you know him, play against one of our guys in the German league, and he played as Russia and put all his economy on that island, still won the game. So there's a lot of stuff you can do if you control water. Well, I don't think that's going to happen here, especially, that army is not going up as well. So how they're just dominating the field right there. And Tabben showing us how to play this properly with the stronger timing. Also better age up time though.
Yeah, hitting hard and fast.
Wow, look at that. First Manchu already dead, and not even a single unit cleaned here. So I'm really interested in how Mini is gonna win this at this point. I mean, look at the army composition. There's a lot of stuff. The only thing that he's probably missing is skirm numbers at this moment.
Yeah, certainly low, but more are reinforcing. Now he has a healthy amount of skirms at the moment.
But look at that. That might be a good catch.
Yeah, but it's not gonna be enough, I feel.
Yeah. Not even a single unit dead again.
Minimoult's stacking a lot of resources because he can't spend them because the war is getting constantly sieged down. War academies, my bad.
Yeah. But still. What
evacuation.
Oh my god, he is literally doing it. Yeah. Look at that. He is going up there. Yeah. Mini is not giving up easily. He wants those points. I'm just going to quickly tap out because I see that I again jinxed. They got title because I wrote BIGD. And you guys can think about that whatever you want. But back to the game now. Yeah, I don't look at that skirm mass. I just said it's not looking healthy, and there we go. It's goddamn healthy again. Probably also sent in the 8 skirms. Yeah, of course he did. And this is just, looking really, really bad for Mini at this point. But if he can control water, then he can actually do a lot of stuff from this isle. It sounds ridiculous, I know, but
given enough time, maybe he can pull it off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's gonna give up the entire TP line then.
Yeah.
Haudenosaunee can take over.
Yeah, but now Mini is taking the fight here. We can actually more or less fight it. But at the same time, of course, skirms are not really being hit here. I take that back.
The range on the Fushan is actually insane. Wow.
Yeah, 28 range. I
never realized that. It's like more than a Falk, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Falks have 26. Please don't bruise me on that.
Yeah.
And look at the damage it's doing still. I mean, that's 90 damage with each shot going through any armor that exists on the field right now. Beautiful stuff, actually. I mean, it looks weird, but we have almost the same score for both players.
Yeah. Once again.
They got actually
was like pretty huge. But
yeah.
No, it isn't.
Yeah, I mean, China can't push out. That's the problem. And look at that. Mini being smart and just being present on the map and sieging down everything he can get. That he's not being protected by that goddamn ship.
Yeah.
Ship's a big score bonus. Yeah, just quickly look at the cost of this big boy. Yeah. Oh my god. Whoa.
Oh god, it's expensive.
What is that?
Holy crap.
That is 1,200 resources right there floating on the water, being beautiful as hell, but wow. Eco situation for China, 41 villages to 30, so not great. The ship hasn't been damaged yet, so that can train units, so no, there's no self-heal apparently. I guess this might sound a bit weird, but Howden more or less needs to go H4 if they can to kill the ship, if that's the essential factor here. Oh yeah.
Can rams attack ships?
Ram? What?
It would be funny.
Dude,
good attack ships.
Honest to God answer, I don't goddamn know. I've never been in a situation to train rams. Not even mentioning trying to kill a ship with it.
It would be funny.
Yeah. I mean, the problem for Howden is actually that China has trickles all over the place. I mean, look at that. We've got 30 villages over here. They're just doing their stuff. And some raids going through here. Also okay. But still, China is getting a lot of resources for the fact that they should not be able to have any resources at all. I wonder if China is actually trying to, or thinking about going onto water as well, since they are already controlling it.
Would be worth the investment, considering that China is controlling the entire waterline at the moment. With just one ship.
Yeah, true. And I think it would be very hard for Howden to actively push that. As long as they're not sending in 3 Buccaneers, which they don't have. So, That idea is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Skirmgoon is just looking so strong for Haudenosaunee right now. Score is still even, but yeah. 220 viewers, by the way. Holy hell. Thank you guys for all being here and watching this with us. For all of those who have just joined, I guess, this is the 4th game now in the series of 5 between Tabben and Minimoult. You can see the score up here. And any questions that you have, if you missed out so far, please ask. Yeah, look at. I mean, just that giant mass here. It's ever building, and really, Tabben is not letting off the steam. Really, he's adding more Kanya, he's adding more Skurbs, more Vills, equal looking.
And that would be the best time to add the native TP for the Goldener Reiter.
Oh god, yeah.
Ability, with the especially those Kanyas being added as well.
Yeah, and I think it also. No, it's just cavalry and shock infantry, so it doesn't look like it boosts skirms as well. Goons? I thought it did boost goon unit cavalry as well.
I mean, it is cavalry, right? Goons. Or is it just hand? It just says cavalry, not heavy cav or something, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, we will see maybe in some other game, hopefully. I mean, we are going to be casting some more stuff today, don't forget that. Moneybee just asking, this is my first time watching a game being cast on AOE3DE. Are there no overlays in like in TAD? Sadly not. We don't have anything like that, but we have the same enthusiasm that those guys had earlier. So
wait, even the Sig actually saying a bit late, but apparently Rams can actually attack ships.
What? Did you just try that in the meantime?
Are you serious?
God.
Wow.
Steppenwolf in the chat as well. Are you already hyped for your games later on, by the way? If you guys are fine with it, we would be happy to cast those as well, to be honest. Oh, just thinking about that, we just have to make sure we don't miss the next game, because we are starting at... Yeah, basically in 10 minutes, the next series will start. Well, let's enjoy this big fight here. Cav is just straight on the skirms and doing, holy lord, a lot of damage. Anti-Cav is on the Kanyas, and this fight might actually be good for China. What the hell are we witnessing here?
What?
Look at everything being deleted. Oh my god.
Is it a comeback?
Transcendence being used as well, of course.
Wow, just to keep the Cav that much more alive.
Yeah, and now everything is on those skirms, because those skirms are what keeps Haudenosaunee alive right here. And they are just being diminished. I mean, the Cav is just tanky as hell. They just got the extra 5 HP in, 5% in. Wow. I feel like China being China is pretty much telling what is happening here.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
And now score lead for goddamn Minimoult. He is really pulling this off.
He's having a comeback.
Certainly strong as hell what we are seeing here. I mean, Howde would...
And now with the will rates as well.
Yeah, Howde is now completely caught out and caught off guard, because I don't think that Tabben was thinking that he was going to lose that fight.
He was totally unprepared for this. He was even dancing for the war ceremony.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about with how many villagers.
I mean, wow. Really strong stuff we're seeing here. Now the natural resources are running out, and we know how they're on artificial resource buildings is not fun to play.
Not at all. But the coin on the island has run out as well.
Yeah, and the villagers have seen that, and now we've got a whole bunch of immigrants going back to the mainland where they came from, it looks like. So just greedily gathering up the important resources up here. Now that it's safe, going back into it. I love this. And certainly, because people are saying, how did he lose that fight? I fully agree. He should have taken the fight. Have those swords always been that long? Yeah, all right. Sorry. More raids coming in. Oh, dude. No, it's perfectly fine. I was working really hard not to say that.
I had to, sorry.
But that fight might actually be good again. I mean, we don't have the skirm numbers we need, obviously. Let's be honest here. But Kanya might be... We don't have a lot of ranged anti-cav, at least. 5k score difference. Oh my god. How can it swing that hard?
And it was like, not even 5 minutes ago, there was like 4k score difference in favor of Tabben.
Yeah.
That's one fight, all it takes to let you come back into the game.
Stereo, you will have to type those things out. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't know all those acronyms, but oh, there we go. Another slaughter, and I don't think Howdy is going to recover from that. Look at that. Just 4 cav on the field, but... And there's the GG being called. Minimoult pulling out the goddamn win. What a play here.
Repelling volley and double-fetched armor, he's asking if he has the upgrades.
DFA
I think he has.
And repelling volley, I think, came in the meantime. I will quickly take a look at it.
Yeah, he has both upgrades.
Yeah, he had, and he sent it before the second fight. I think it wasn't there. He sent the armor before the first big fight that we just saw, and the second one had RV as well. Wow.
Beautiful done by Minimoult.
Yeah,
I'm surprised.
I mean, I'm a bit sweaty now as well, if that makes any sense. God damn it.
So intense.
It's super intense, yeah. I'm just going to quickly start up a conversation with Conqueror in the meantime, just to make sure they don't... Oh, well, they can start without us, of course, but... all right. Because I have the content of Steppenwolf, so those guys are safe to play, but I want to get at least some notification and of course a rec game from I'm Turk and Conk.
Hoping that it doesn't go out of sync.
Don't spoil it. Don't jinx it, man.
Sorry.
But yeah, as sadly these out of sync errors have been quite persistent with the newest patch, but also generally in the last few patches, which is a bit sad. You saw it during the World Cup. That was a huge pain in the ass, and that's why we're trying to give you casts like this. We have all of the series back to back, and people just playing to their best while being live casted.
With how many triggers did you went for? I think you got every single trigger. You got the wood and the food one for sure, but I'm not sure if you went for the capitalism as well.
I do think so, because he doesn't have that much in bank, I assume, but that could have also been spent on the other on more muskets. There we go. But yeah. Oh, I just heard a notification. Thank you, Twitch user Trevor, for the subscription, man. Really appreciate it. Don't forget, guys, all subscriptions or donations, of course, go into these kinds of tournaments. And that is how you actually keep this entire thing alive. We're just here to, well, do the work. But you are doing, basically, you're doing all the funding and the keeping it alive. So thanks for that, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Dutch dude.
All right, no.
Support ESOC now.
Yeah, support ESOC. Right,
it's in order.
No, back from that statement, we actually got the next matchup, and I will show it to you in a second. So we've got a win for Minimoult, so it's 2-2 actually now, which is a great score for somebody like me who loves these kind of even scores. Yeah, I just thought I was mixing these things up. And the second one is there. So we are going to have ourselves a really classic, really classic matchup for the next situation as well. We're going to have France from Minimoult and Tabben with Germany. So,
Oh, classic civs.
absolutely classic civs, I'd say. Keep hype for that. I just updated the scoreboard and inserted the civs. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, surely, for all of us. So
I'm curious if we're gonna see like a classic deck, like legacy deck, or if we going to see some of the new cards added.
yeah, fully
The
agree.
deck.
Because especially both those civs were quite standard civs back in the day and have been substantially changed with a lot of new options. Although I think that at least for Germany, some of these are not that far into the meta. So at least from what I know, I mean, although Landwehr changes and whatnot.
But especially Bourbon allies and the promoting musketeers seem pretty potent to me.
Yeah, that is true. A lot of stuff can happen there.
No, we did not have GFA in the match.
So let's get over there and take a quick look if the game is up already. As I said earlier, Mini, of course, and both of them playing with a 3-minute delay, so nobody can open his second screen and the second account and just, stream snipe a little bit. So let's see. Yeah, still not. Just going to take 1 or 2 more minutes. So don't you guys worry. We're going to be up with the next game. And after that, probably starting right now, is the next series, which, as I said, is Conqueror versus Iron Turk. So, guys, this is going to be sweet. Yes, we are playing with expansion civs, but some of them are just not. I mean, I think there are some gentlemen's agreements in there. So no Italy, sometimes no Malta, I assume.
Yeah, Italy is banned for this series.
Oh yeah, then there we go.
So you can't play Italy during this entire series at all.
And Yuki, I fully agree. I think this has just been perfectly beautiful. China, maybe the one problem civ there, but that's just me personally speaking, of course. Generally saying, just beautiful gameplay from both sides. The Dutch mirror at the start, then Germany versus India, also quite an interesting match. So I'm quite happy about this last matchup as well.
Netherdos, the only civ that they can't play is Italy. Like all other definitive edition civs, they can play. Like Italy, not Italy, Maltese, all the African civs, Mexico, USA, they can all play all civs. Only Italy is banned due to their insane industrial timings.
And also their turtliness out of hell, if you want to call it that.
Those architects.
It's a shame that Felter Tobi isn't here because this is his favorite map, Dakota. So one of the most classic matchups on one of the most classic maps for this game, or at least for DE. So for anybody who doesn't know Lakota, I don't think there's a lot of you out there, but we have 2 big pieces of stone basically blocking the midways to the entire enemy base. A trade route that goes, although it doesn't look like it, if you upgrade this piece of the trade route, you should have it all throughout the entire trading route, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it is, yeah.
And these big mini mountains, if you want to call it that, basically make raids and all that more side focused. So you can only go in from the sides, you can't just go in directly, and that's also for army micromanagement quite interesting, where to position and where to fight. Welcome back. There we go. So guys, generally speaking, one of the most classical matchups, and still one that has seen quite a lot of revisions on how to tackle it and how to play it, to be honest. Way too quiet. I'm sorry, Stereo. If you remember, I think you were there when it happened. The last time that I had those sound alerts, I think it quite a lot increased. I'm sorry for you losing that. But the problem is, the last time I had that, people kept just on blasting the sound alerts. So, France starting with the TP start, quite classic stuff right there. Oh, that's going to be important.
Oh, Tabben got it.
Yeah, and now, now Minimoult is a bit of stress.
Oh yeah, he was calculating on that.
Yeah.
Oh, he's gonna go idled. But like solid 20 seconds or 15 at least.
Yeah, that's terrible.
He's switching all to wood. That's painful.
Yeah, really goddamn painful because he needs that house ASAP.
Yeah.
And Germany is just happy about that. They didn't even need it. They just stole it for fun and for fun and giggles.
You can just store it in bank for the TP later on.
So let me quickly see if I... There we go. All right. Yeah, and that is just saving towards that TP makes everything easy. And also, if you look at the Explorer, I date my double cousin, oh god, this name, was not able to catch Karl von Humboldt. And that, of course, means Germany is going to be quite safe when building their TP in the transition, usually.
He truly has a lot of double cousin, doesn't he?
Yeah, let's not go into that detail too much. But Mini doesn't want to build that villager, I think. He should just age right now because he could easily.
Maybe it would have be better at age at 12-10?
I don't know. 12-10, no. The problem with the 12-10 is that just got nerfed because France has 50 less food. And in my opinion, at least, it's very hard to pull it off properly without good treasures and livestock. So I don't think there would be a way.
You need like a livestock map at least.
No.
Like 2 or 3 cattle or goats. Don't have as much idle time.
Yeah, we'll see about this, how this whole thing plays out. Because, I mean, the quartermaster, of course, coming through Germany, and Germany building a wall. So...
Interesting.
Yeah, they don't want anything coming in. Probably they also don't want to invest in a lot of raiding cav themselves. Just go for straight FF or something like that. We will see.
Maybe.
And also, actually, Germany was able to age up with 16 villages. That is something we can't overlook. Look at the age up time. So that's 1 villager early and super strong for Germany. While France, not that lucky. They are going to be up at 445 probably.
Or because 1 treasure got stolen.
Yeah, that's just a huge thing, because if you count on that treasure, then you have to really quickly reschedule all the things that you have planned. So, Tabben aging up. Now, let's take a quick look at his deck, by the way. Quite similar to the one that we saw from Minimoult earlier, just without the age to, what was it, those British Brigadiers? Irish Brigadiers, sorry.
Yeah, and we do see Bosniaks instead of...
Black Riders.
Black Riders.
Yeah. Pandur seem to be a fan favorite, except if you play against them. 2 shipments stacked for France. I don't know what Mini is going to do with them. Yeah, 4 couriers in there, usually the way to go. Wait, he's getting hunting dogs just now. Ah, God.
Maybe forgot about it?
Oh, no, he went into a second TP, that's why.
Ah, yeah, okay, makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense, because he sees the wall, right? And that means that he knows that Germany is not about to take the trading route, and not about aggression either, it looks like. He must be doing a net build. Minimal just getting a net. Oh, yeah. It's the one with the Kree, though, so that just means he can bump up his CDB numbers, because you can get CDBs out of that one. Really strong stuff, actually.
Yeah, he's going straight to Fast Fortress with a little bit of greed. 700 coin inbound.
Stable. I'm interested to see if... We don't even have raid code against Germany, which is quite interesting to see, I feel like. Because usually you do see that.
Yeah, maybe wasn't anticipating the 5 Yulins coming across the map.
Yeah, those 5 Yulins are actually going to be a pain to deal with. But he should not lose the 1 villager. And now he, of course, has to idle all of his villagers. Yeah.
Already worth it. Those 5 Yulins paid off themselves.
Daniel asking what happened to H1. He just lost yeah, he just lost the treasure, basically. He lost the 75 wood treasure, and he counted on that to get his house in. His first one was idle for quite a lot of seconds there. So that really took out the momentum for him. Nope, the scout actually getting found out here. Not too great for him. And Minimoult, he needs to get some cav out. Some at least, to defend this. Yeah, 2 husks is
And
not
he
really...
doesn't have enough food.
Yeah, and you don't want to buy food if you don't want to do
No,
it.
you don't. Definitely not.
Nice. Yeah, but some heavy damage being dealt onto those Ulans, so... Oh god, the next batch coming
Even
in.
more Ulans. Wow.
Yeah, that is why I prefer, honestly, a Rex start against Germany with France when I play them. That is brutal to look at. Nerf 75 wood treasures, please. Yeah, well, what do you want to nerf about that?
Make it 74 and call it a day.
Yeah, exactly. That is perfect treatment right there. Yeah, and just look at that. Yulin starving back in, yeah, they didn't get a single vill so far, but they got a lot of value.
The health pool is getting lower and lower.
True. Yeah, and Tar's actually asking, Minimoult, where are the quick walls? Well, this is still an Age of Empires 2. Quick walls are very very rare here. I have seen some, but...
Maito is using the quick walls quite effectively.
I mean, we are seeing Maito tomorrow, so I will give that a look, actually. Yeah, and the second house coming out. This is just so terrible.
Oh god.
But 2 shots, 2 Yulins down, so now he's slowly getting rid of them. But Germany, look at that, just aging behind that. Don't even care too much about their numbers here. Oh, don't lose them. Oh, now, this might be good. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, he can't age. He doesn't have enough coin, does he?
Yeah, yeah, not really. I mean, he could send in the 600 coin and just go all out on food, but... Yeah, this might be hard. I mean, he does have, or should have, much better eco than Germany, but Germany, of course, has goddamn German tempo, and that is just gonna be a menace once he reaches H3, which happens right about...
Right, any second? No.
There we go. Wonderful. Yeah. I mean, CNMHT, you can't quick wall in AoE3 because of pillars. You can, technically, if you place the whole thing well, because pillars don't really block off entities most of the time, or half of the time. So, if you just place the main part right, then you can actually do something with it.
But more of the reason why you can't quick wall is because of the foundation that takes 4 times the damage if you siege it down, compared to Age of Empires 2, where it just takes normal damage.
Yeah, and Age of Empires 2, there are villages that build faster than your unit can destroy the wall, which is just not the case here in most cases.
Yeah, even like 2 cav units can destroy the wall while it's getting built, or these take considerable damage.
Yeah, and you don't need to build the pillars first to build the main part of it, but still, these are a few points that are just issues with it. And look at the macro here. He has to go fully on food, but he doesn't have that much food left on the ESTC. And those 2 guys...
Oh. Guarding the hunt like it says.
Yeah. Now we see H3 from the France player.
At 10 minutes.
Yeah, oh god.
For a fast fortress build.
Yeah. This is brutal. But at the same time, now we've got the HP upgrade, and we've got 28 villages actually for Minimoult, and 29 for Germany. So I think that almost evens out. Almost. But then again,
Germany also went for the nets as well.
Oh,
getting the CDBs.
Okay, yeah. Then.
But he's actually not behind at all.
But he hasn't built that many, has he? Oh, I'm taking that back. He's already popped. Yeah, he's maxed out. Yeah, let's see how this is going to play out. Now, Fortress Age, Cav incoming. So Germany just sending in unit shipment. Oh, 1,000 wood first, actually. What the hell?
We went quite greedy then.
Yeah, I mean, he took, I guess he took all that for... No. He took all that for infrastructure, mostly.
Yeah, which is fine. He age up first. He had the tempo advantage, and he used the tempo advantage for 1,000 wood.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
Now look at the skirm numbers. This is important. I mean, we have so many Uhlans, I don't think he can actually protect his skirms from the cav, especially once the shipment comes in.
Or is it like pure skirm against soon 20 Uhlans when the
Yeah.
shipment comes in?
When the shipment hits, and veteran
Yeah,
Uhlans
oh
no
God.
less, so this is going to be brutal.
Reinforcements have arrived.
Yeah, this is going to be a goddamn slaughter if they go in there. Yeah, 3k score difference is...
His macro is a lot of coins, so maybe he's considering a merc shipment. Possibly Pandours or Bosniaks.
So, thank you, Ocean, for actually getting the more baguette stuff in. I hope it was loud enough for you guys. Please let me know about that. As I said, I had to turn it down a notch for my own sake. But yeah. And the cav is just batching up numbers.
Yeah. And the number's gonna rise with the Pandours or Bosniak shipment coming in as well.
And he just missed the batch of anti-cav because of his house being late. Oh god, these are all these little things that just hurt so bad. Damn it.
But Minimoult has recovered pretty well from his
Yeah, I had
mistakes.
I had actually pretty much the same situation playing against Ocean today, and you can recover to some extent. There we go. Oliveza, I hope you're happy with the sound volume that we're playing this with. So, yeah, I mean, Tabben just massing army, but I don't know. Is he sending in something? Is he waiting? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's Jaegers. Okay.
Yeah, makes a lot of sense because he knows with that kind of composition against Germany, you don't go Falks. You just don't.
Yeah, especially with war wagons being really great at sniping out artillery pieces with their high attack.
Yeah. I mean, there is army, there's a lot of army still, but the skirm fight is now one-sided pretty much, and the 3 Kiras, I don't know. I mean, there's not too much anti-cav in there, but still, 3 Kiras, they're just going to be killed off.
Uhlans sort of are anti-cav themselves.
Yeah.
Sort of, they are really effective at cav-on-cav fights.
And Yuki just pointing out that Minimoult is actually floating quite a lot of resources, and he goddamn is. Look at that. That's 2k resources in bank just because he was housed so many times by now. So please get that in order.
Huh. But his housing is keeping him on check.
Yeah, he's basically laming himself at this point.
He's like handicapping himself at not building houses fast enough.
And now the fight is about to happen. I mean, CDBs need to be in that fight as well. But look at the cav just being demolished. I think there was also a buggy attack move right there. But beautiful kiting by France. But a lot of goons going down there.
Is it worth the trade?
I don't think so, honestly, because all the dragoons are basically dead, and the skirm mass is still bigger than the French, the German one.
This I like a lot.
And
this
Jaegers are also mixed in, so
yeah. Yeah, and I don't think a single Jaeger has died. Just quickly checking on that. Yeah, 1 Jaeger died.
during this entire engagement.
Yeah, doing his entire engagement, and now he's basically just pushing him in front of his army. I mean, strong recovery and strong micro there, in my opinion, from Minimoult, but this is just an army you can't escape. Oh, look at that, actually. Rage going up with 4 Huss. And now the artillery comes in. And this is actually the saving grace right there. Because now... Ooh, beautiful.
Forcing the retreat.
Actually forcing the retreat.
But that being said, where does he want to gather?
Yeah. And now...
Like,
what? Oh no. And now he was too... yeah.
Focus on one side.
He overextended with his army. Yeah.
That was a foul.
Shame. Yeah, that is GG.
It looked promising for like the second those falconets
Yeah.
got
But-
shipped, but it
So-
was too much from Germany.
Yeah, Germany just taking absolute control here against France. And GG, that's the GG being called here. Wow.
Tabben takes the last point.
Yeah. Let's just quickly take a look at all these stats, right? Because of course more eco for Germany, because they had the same eco growth as France, plus some extra. More free units. Kill death. Again, we have to salute Minimoult for taking that crown, but still. And let's quickly just look at military unit count. Look at that. Just those 8 units here. Just that was enough to idle Minimoult to death.
Yeah, those units carried the game quite a lot, as well as the H1 play from Tabben,
Yeah.
stealing the treasure and also the hero getting away with the steal.
CNMHT, by the way, just saying Minimoult converts to a Lakota main. Now, I would fully buy that one if he does that.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. And also, yeah, just all resources gathered. That's something I want to show. Look at that. That's all the idling that was done because Minimoult couldn't defend against the Cav. Look at that. Sheikh, I would really love to raid Caverna, but we have another series after this and another series after this. So if
I was
this-
about to say.
yeah, sorry, man. Really, really sorry. I would love to because I just for that purpose I learned how to do that, but kind of can't, I suppose.
So I assume we are going to be finished later than Caverna is,
Yeah, probably.
because it's like another 4 or 5 hours of casting.
Please, I don't know. It might just be.
I'm running out of baguettes. I need more baguettes. Fuck me.
Sorry, I just love this emote too.
Maybe I'm gonna go out later to buy more.
But yeah, I will just quickly, we will have to quickly check the situation on Iron Turk and Conqueror because there hasn't been any communication on this front so far. So we'll see. If we can find them, we'll just quickly hop in there and I will put you in transition mode in the meantime. And of course, we will have to look at the end screen basically for this neat little exchange between the two players. CNMHT, who are the casters? Well, it's me and him, of course. It's
Yeah, me and him, me and me.
Him and me and him. MFD and Nicius. So